That mountain you carry meant for you to climb. All this time, I'm on the grind. Oh, I'm shining, nothing can stop me. All these years, blood, sweat, and tears, but I'm still here. Nothing can stop me. Run it up, run it up, run it up, run it up, run it up. Nothing can stop me. Run it up, run it up, run it up, run it up, run it up. Nothing can stop me.
We're situated about 8 miles west of New York City at MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford. Today, it's Week 12 of the NFL season, and we've got a good one in store between the Chicago Bears and the New York Jets. The final playoff push is upon us. It's Week 12 of the NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. Braxton Berrios now from his end zone. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. First carry now for Kareem Hunt. And they'll get 8 out of this before being stopped at the 28. Line of scrimmage, the 28 now as they come up on second and a couple. Here's Murray. Swings this out for Hunt. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. The Jets at 6-4 now on the year. And they come in feeling pretty good after back-to-back victories, CD.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
Meanwhile, Murray's throw going to be caught by Davis. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. On first down, they'll run with Hunt. And he'll bring this one inside the 35. So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. Murray now. And down he goes. They sack him back right around the 41-yard line. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. The Bears bring out an extra defender in the secondary now for third down. Murray now to throw. And he fires one, but incomplete.
Well, anytime he reads man coverage, I don't think it's going to be the only time he'll try and hit that route to the outside in this game. He'll test the perimeter, but that time, they were up to the challenge.
And I tell you what, he got it from 58. That had lots of leg behind it. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx it.
Fields and the Bears now with a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. Fields. Here's Johnson with a reception. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. Play action, Fields. Quick throw, knocked away, and incomplete.
That certainly appeared to be a play call where they were just trying to make second down, second and short. I think they thought the coverage was off a little bit more than it was. Nice job there pressing up on it and forcing the incompletion.
On play action, Fields. And his pass incomplete.
I know tight ends love this route because a lot of times they'll fake a block first and get a little bit of space and then come across the middle because in their mind, they're thinking catch the ball and then drop the hammer on the little guys in the secondary.
Unable to drop the hammer, he just dropped the pass. Throwing again is Fields. That's going to be caught. It's Jakobi Meyers. And they will get this across midfield, but still well short of the first as he's dropped at the 46. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And that's going to bring up a fourth down. On fourth down, Matt Araiza sent on to punt. The Jets have Braxton Berrios back deep. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. This one angles out of bounds in a good spot in the coffin corner. And they're going to mark this out of the 5-yard line.
That's a double win there, partner. You keep out of the return man's hands, and you pin them inside the 5-yard line. Pretty darn good.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left. We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team, and that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs, so they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them. And he stopped immediately there. Calling no gain on the run there, and now they'll be looking at a third down. Well, this defense for the Bears, they played extremely well last week in the win over Atlanta.
And as in any game, takeaways are always a big key. They're always discussed on defense. There's an emphasis there, and they came away with 3 interceptions in that game. Now, that was a designed run. Now, remember, if a quarterback goes feet first, he's protected. But if he dives head first, he's not. On that play, he figured the risk was worth the reward.
So into Bear territory now. This is 1st and 10 at the 38. They'll give to Hunt here on the option. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2. 8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple. Here's Murray. And he'll be brought down at the 27.
No surprise to see him running again here. It's something he's done throughout this season. And that run puts him over 500 yards on the ground for the year. He's got to be thinking to himself, if I'm already at 500, what's to stop me from going for 1,000?
They had to settle for 3 last drive, hoping this second go-around ends in 6. In good possession, 1st and 10. Murray's throw pulled in by Hopkins. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. They'll try to run with Hunt. And he gets halfway there from the 4 to the 2 on a gain of 2.
Good work there, holding him out on 1st down. And this is going to be a battle down here on the goal line. Can they hold their ground for 2? Maybe even 3 more plays.
And he is in. Touchdown, New York. Kyler Murray scoring on the 2-yard keeper. And the Jets go nearly the length of the field and finish it off with 6 points. Zuerlein connects on the extra point, and the lead grows to 10-0. So an early 10-0 lead for them now as they kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. They'll look to get something started. They need to, down 10-0 early as they've got it 1st and 10. Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete.
Brandon, watching their tape from last week, I saw plenty of plays like we just saw there, forcing incompletions. It was key in their win last week. They're hoping the same thing happens this time out, too.
Now a first carry for the brother of Dalvin. It's James Cook. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Forcing completion on first down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on second.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in an expected passing situation.
Throwing on third down, Fields. He's going to look deep down the field. And that's caught inside the 35. And they'll work this down inside the 30. 10-0 the score after one on EA Sports. On first down, Fields. And that is caught. Touchdown, Bears. Colin Johnson with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Bears have cut it back within a score. Santos with the extra point. And that'll cut it to 3 at 10-7. Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. Berrios going to bring this out of the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. Well, certainly they'd rather have the scenario they had last time. Now, Charles, remember they had the short field. They took it in the end zone. Now this is going to have to be a longer, more sustained drive if they want to get points.
Yeah, a little bit more of a quick strike opportunity last time by where they were in the field, and you're exactly right about that. But now, backed up a little bit. What's that old expression we love to use? Time to matriculate the ball down the field and try and do it again.
And he is going to lose yardage here. Backed up here. Tough spot. Needing 11 yards to pick up the first. Shotgun now for Murray. Now this is intercepted. He was trying to get it to Davis. Picked off by Michael O.J. Mudia. And they will score a pick 6 for a Bears touchdown. But Charles, you can just see the frustration on the sideline. Safe to say that's not how they expected this series to go. The ball only went one way, and it was backward into their own end zone, courtesy of the pick 6.
And, Brandon, how often do we hear offenses tell us before a game they want to end every series with a kick, right? A punt, a PAT, or a field goal. In the case of the defense, they want to end with a punt or a takeaway. And we saw the takeaway right there, and it turned out to be a takeaway that turned into 6 points.
Berrios now from his end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. Now remember, they were just out here a moment ago through the pick 6, so we'll see if they can take better care of the football this go-around.
Yeah, and sometimes, partner, I think it's almost better that you just throw the pick 6 and you come right back out on the field. You're not over on the sidelines dwelling for it for very long. You're not hearing everyone say, oh, hey, you'll get them next time. Hey, don't worry about it. All that stuff just goes right out the window. You're right back out on the field with a chance to return.
4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a third down.
That second down play call was not to pick up the first down. It was to accomplish what they did, to get them into a manageable third down, because they had incompletion on first down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
From the gun, Murray. And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free, and it brings up fourth down. On fourth down, punt coming from Braden Mann. Here's Jackson to return. So a good punt there, but a very strong 14-yard return. And the Bears take over. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And it's only November, but the playoffs, we know how it works. They'll be here before you know it. If it ended today, they would be the #1 seed.
And that's a great spot to be in, but I love the phrase, if it ended today. And I'll guarantee you, that's what they've discussed in their life.
And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Byron Murphy. And the Jets are going to have the football at their own 1-yard line. CD, I know it's just his second year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, second year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. Here's Murray as he sets to throw it. And he's only able to get it to right around the 3. It's just a gain of a couple there on the scramble, and now it's 3rd down.
Kudos for the defense from me on that one, because they were prepared the whole way for him to try to escape and hit them for more yardage running it. I like the way they stayed zeroed in on him and kept him contained when he pulled the ball down. I think he was fortunate to get what he did on that run.
Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect.
There's a lot about that play you could easily see coming. Backed up in the shadow of their own goal line, you know they're going to face pressure.
He's lucky his arm was going forward. It was close, but it was going forward.
Yeah, it could have been a safety or even given up a defensive touchdown.
On is the punter man as he boots this one away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. A 41-yard punt there with no return. And they will take over 1st and 10. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. They start the drive with Cook.
For this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out, they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back, but make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands. He had to fight for every yard on that run, shook himself free of a tackle, and kept fighting, even with the rest of the defense closing in on him. That's the kind of effort you'll take every single time.
This is 3rd and 1. Very likely 4-down territory, even if they don't get it, though.
And they'll try and run the option to pick it up. And that one opened up for him well as he'll take this down to the 26-yard line.
So not his arm, but hurting him with his legs. A gain of 19 on the keeper and a 1st down. Movement there on the offensive line, a little quick, and a 5-yard penalty.
So they accept the penalty, of course, and push the offense backwards a bit.
A false start backs him up 5, 1st and 15.
Play action. It's Fields.
And incomplete on the deep ball.
I'm looking at this one by defensive eyeglasses on, because you remember the old days when a tight end saw a linebacker covering him and thought he had a mismatch? But the way they can run nowadays, not necessarily so. They gave it a shot downfield. That one incomplete.
And he'll be taken down just shy of the red zone at the 21.
On a 2nd and long, it's really nice to see an offense that has enough confidence to run the football in that situation. I think that goes back to their practice and game planning. They've seen things that they've seen on tape and in previous games that led them to believe that even in a long-distance situation, they can still run the football and gain enough yardage to put themselves in a good spot on 3rd down.
Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete.
And based on my math, they've only converted 1 time thus far in this game, so you can see the frustration starting to come out a little bit. 3rd downs, they've been a problem for them all game. They've got to start becoming solutions.
Santos' kick is up and through, and that moves him up by a touchdown now at 17-10.
So a nice kick there as they add 3 to the lead.
And from what I've seen so far, Brandon, I think they've been the better of the two teams here in the first half. So even though you want the touchdown, I think that's a nice job there to put 3 points on the board.
And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24.
Now we're going to get a stoppage. Appears to be an injured Bear on the field. We'll get an update when we return to MetLife Stadium. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. To begin the drive, here's a handoff to Hunt. And some space here. There he goes, left side. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York.
Kareem Hunt, his 12th rushing touchdown of the year. And the Jets are able to strike quickly here as they are in for 6.
Zuerlein good with a PAT. We've got a tie game here, a back-and-forth first half. 17-17 the score. All even to this point as the kick's away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. Here's Cook as they begin on the ground. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. It was Jadeveon Clowney who got upfield for the stop.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12.
To throw is Fields. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Ashton Davis. And the Jets are going to take possession of the football. And that now 2 interceptions thrown in the second quarter.
And you know, a lot of people look at these guys and they think to themselves that maybe, possibly, they're still thinking about the first one. And they probably are. I think in this case, he's just trying to atone for the first interception. Tried a little bit too hard, maybe forced it a bit, and instead created a second one.
On 2nd and 9, Murray on the slant complete to Hopkins. And the Jets are going to be looking at 1st and goal as they move this down to the 4-yard line. They'll give to Hunt here on the option.
That's going to go as a loss of 1 on 1st down. The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half. 2 of their 3 red zone trips so far they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on 2nd and goal. They stay on the ground. Again, it's Hunt. And he will push his way forward down to about the 3-yard line. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. And you see the clock almost empty, so this is likely the last play in the second quarter. A final shot before half from Murray. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. An incompletion there on 4th and goal from the 3. And the Chicago defense able to come up with a goal line stand. And able to get it across the 10 to the 15. So nothing separating these two teams as we head to the break all square. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth ready for quarter number 3. And ready to get the party started for the second half. It was an even first half, all tied on the scoreboard. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line.
And he returns this to the 22. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. This offense ready for the first drive of the third quarter. Well, quarters number 1 and 2 entertaining. We saw some good offense points put up, Charles, and all tied on the scoreboard.
And it sets us up for what could be a really fun second half because we've seen both sides score almost at will here in the first half. And now, here in the second half, getting the ball first, you've got to think, hey, we can go out and really run our offense the way we did in the first half. But if I'm a defensive player, all I'm thinking is, can I make a play to really help out my team and break this streak of offense?
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete.
Well, this at least is the right idea. I think they've got to get the tight end more involved.
He had just one target in the first half, incomplete. Now incomplete here with the first target in the second half.
Yeah, should not stop them at all from going back to him. Find him.
Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete. So a stop here defensively to start this third quarter. Just what's needed in a tie ball game.
Yeah, good chance to build back some momentum on the defensive side of the ball. In fact, what they've done is give their offense a nice push in the back as they get ready to take the field.
That'll be a 49-yard punt, 6 yards there on the return. And the Jets will take over first and 10. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. Throwing on first down is Murray. Going deep for Hopkins. And a penalty flag comes in as that one winds up incomplete, but the contact is going to move the ball well downfield. So the yellow flag came out, and that leads to a new set of downs for this offense. First and 10. To throw, it's Murray. Over the middle, complete. That's Hopkins.
And he's brought down here just outside of the 20.
Now, that was a fun one to watch right there. A nice in-breaking route and plenty of room in the middle of the field. And he was able to get behind the linebackers and grab the completion for a really good pickup.
And he's going to take it in for a Jets touchdown. Kareem Hunt with his 14th touchdown of the year, second of the game, as they have taken the lead. Zuerlein connects on the extra point, and they will take a 7-point lead. Now after the touchdown, it's Zuerlein. He'll kick it away.
From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense.
These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of...
And that's caught inside the 30.
And he'll be taken down at about the 22-yard line. Well, CD, when you combine accuracy with a big arm, you get throws like that. And Justin Fields may very well be making these kinds of plays at the pro level for years to come.
So barely time to catch our breath. Here's first and 10 just outside the red zone. Open man, he finds Kmet. Touchdown, Chicago. A 22-yard touchdown grab.
And the Bears are an extra point away now from tying this ball game.
And oh, he clanks it off the right upright. And it's no good. Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss.
The Jets take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive.
And as the offense begins another drive here, pretty simple, Charles. They want to carbon copy what happened the last time out when they ended their drive in the end zone.
You're right about that, partner. Sounds pretty simple, doesn't it? Just score again, but we know it's not that simple because we don't just make adjustments at halftime if you're a good football team. You spend that time on the sideline, you study what's on the notes and the tablets, and you make those adjustments to prevent a repeat of the last drive. Series to series, the best teams, that's how they get it done.
And we'll find out here soon enough whether those adjustments are enough defensively.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. They'll give to Hunt here on the option. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time.
151 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
A good gain on first, has him set up with second and just a couple of inches now from the 29.
They'll give to Hunt here on the option. And a good run here as he'll rumble all the way down to the 40-yard line.
Give him 12 yards there, and the Jets have a first.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
Able to complete this one to Tyler Conklin.
And he'll be brought down at about the 23-yard line.
I'll tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball and they leave too much space in front of them, and these guys have been taking advantage so far.
And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves them with 2 to go on 2nd down.
That's a strong pickup right there on 1st down, and as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
Murray flips his forward on the jet sweep. And this play gets blown up. They'll lose yardage. Back at the 17.
The defensive coordinators love that. You got a cornerback willing to stick his nose in there, come up on run support, and stop that pop pass dead in its tracks.
And partner, one good thing about trying to defend that play, you should see it coming the whole way. You see the receiver coming in motion in your direction. Nice job eluding the blocker, making the play behind the line of scrimmage, but an even better job studying the play before you have to try and defend it in a game.
So following the holding call, what can they do here on 3rd and long? Throwing now is Murray.
Throwing quickly to Wilson.
And they'll get to him short of the 1st down at about the 16. They run for it with Hunt. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. It's 1st and goal after they rip off a solid chunk of yardage in the ground game on a risky 4th down call.
They'll give to Hunt here on the option.
Stop short. Down at the 1. Had the broken tackle, but couldn't get it all the way home. They'll run with Hunt on 2nd down. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up 3rd down.
Easy.
And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Jets. Kyler Murray, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon.
And the Jets are able to extend their lead in the final seconds of this 3rd quarter.
Zuerlein good with a PAT. And the lead is up to 8. Now after the touchdown, it's Zuerlein. He'll kick it away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. As this offense comes back out here, Charles, they're trailing in this ball game, and they've been on the sideline for a while. They did score their last time out, but they just had to watch that long, sustained drive, so we'll see if they can shake the rust off.
Yeah, that's always a question that you have when you have to come off the bench after having sat there for a long time. Are you ready to go? Are you lucid?
Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. Here's Fields. And he wisely will throw that one away. So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yes, let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They're giving him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
Oh, Fields is intercepted for a 3rd time. Picked off by Ashton Davis. And he brings this one back. It's a pick 6 and a Jet touchdown. Well, part of this defense now with multiple interceptions in this game, but this time they say turnabout is fair play because, remember, they had a pick 6 on the other side, and now they get a pick 6 of their own.
Yeah, they actually added to some of their nice play throughout this ball game. A good effort by them to secure another interception on this one. A better effort to take it all the way back for 6. And how about an exceptional effort to match their opposition's pick 6 from earlier in this game?
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. We'll see if they can band back together after the pick 6. It hurt badly, but still within striking distance. A 2-score game with a good chunk of time on the clock. A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. Now Fields. Now he's going to let it go deep, back over the middle. Then his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Ashton Davis. And the Jets force the turnover. They'll take over at the 10. They'll start with the option. Murray has it knocked loose. Fumble. And this is picked up by the Bears. And it'll be 1st and goal at the 7-yard line.
Partner, that one looked like it was over. I mean, they had control, had the football, and the defense had to make a play in order to keep them in the game. That's exactly what they did.
And now that door ajar, 2-score game, so hold on here, not done in the 4th. The defense gets him the ball via the turnover. Now can this offense cash in? 1st and goal. They'll bring a receiver in motion left. Following the fumble recovery, Fields. And he wisely will throw that one away. Another throw there off the mark, and obviously he's battled all of the interceptions. Things just haven't been true to form for him. I don't know. What do you think's going on out there, CD?
That's a great question, and my suspicion is he's been coached.
And he will fight his way in. Not giving up there, and he's got a Bears touchdown. Justin Fields keeping it himself from 7 yards out. And the Bears take the forced fumble and convert it into 6 points. Santos able to tack on the extra point as this gets him back within a touchdown and a 2-point conversion. Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. Berrios going to bring this out of the end zone. And he will make it back to the 15, and that's it. Good coverage there by the kick team. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. Now, Charles, of course, you got to remember, last possession they fumbled. It led to a touchdown. One-score game here. Got to be careful.
And this is where coaching and training really comes into play, doesn't it? What does everyone say after an error? Next play, move on, next drive. That mantra has to come to the front. They've got to take care of business right here and act like the last series just didn't happen.
On second down and 4. Murray and tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on third down.
But that's what you're looking for when you want to throw the ball downfield. You want one of those guys who can play out on the perimeter, can play out wide, who can not only get open, but when they're covered, can uncover themselves downfield and create catches.
They'll try to run for the first down with Hunt. He's not going to get there. That won't even be close. It was blown up in the backfield. Losing 2 yards that time, and now it's fourth down.
Just a simple run play there on 3rd and 1, but this D was up to the challenge and stopped them, bringing up fourth down.
And he's going to have the first down yardage as he's down at about the 30-yard line. And the drive stays in motion with a nice 8-yard pickup on 4th. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Out of the gun, they run it with Hunt. And he'll manage to pick up about 4 at second down. Now, I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use...
That's caught at the 25. And they're going to move it down to inside the 25.
When they've needed a play this year, he's certainly been the guy to deliver it. As this season has gone on, he's been awfully consistent and sometimes spectacular.
They'll give to Hunt here on the option. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. Able to stay in bounds, so the clock keeps rolling. This defense right now backed up in the red zone. Another touchdown, it's over. They've got to stand tall quickly.
Been in this spot before. Now there's a little bit of desperation creeping in, and all you're doing when you're talking to your defensive teammates is first guy there, hold him up. Second, third guy in, break at the football. Get it out. We've got to create a turnover because one more score, and this game's over.
He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2.
Now, obviously, that's some good work there defensively, being able to stop them and bringing up a key 3rd down. But if you're on the offensive side of the ball, there's an opportunity because I know what defensive guys are thinking right now. Just stop them, get to the ball. That means it might not be sound defensively. There could be some opportunities.
And you said key 3rd down. Highlight that word, put it in bold. Here we go. Here we go on 4th down. And he will have the first down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. It's 1st and goal after they rip off a solid chunk of yardage in the ground game on a risky 4th down call. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So it's Jets football as we get you reset here. It's 1st and goal, and a late touchdown at this stage could officially salt this one away. They'll run again with Hunt. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. Only a yard that time, 2nd and goal.
The yards may start getting a little tougher to come by down here near the goal line. That's good work defensively there on 1st down, holding them to a short gain.
Have to imagine this will be on the ground as well as they come up 2nd and 7. Back to throw. Murray. He'll get this one underneath to Hunt, and he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play, 3rd and goal. They'll give to Hunt here on the option, and he's in. Touchdown, Jets. Kareem Hunt taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Jets are closing in on a 3rd straight win as they widen the gap further here in the 4th quarter. Zuerlein connects on the extra point, and the lead is up to 15 now. Now after the touchdown, it's Zuerlein. He'll kick it away.
This will be returned from deep in the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. As this offense takes the field again, it's been a while since they've been out there. We just saw that long touchdown drive by the opposition. But remember, when this crew was out here last, Charles, they scored as well.
And let's make sure we give both offensive staffs some credit, and especially the offensive coordinators, because we spoke with both of them in the lead up to this game, and both were really confident in their game plans. They felt like they had scouted their opponents and focused on specific areas in practice this week to make sure that they were ready to go. And frankly, it looks like they both did an excellent job.
Well, we'll see if those game plans can keep this streak of touchdowns going here.
Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts as they get it with under a minute to go now in the football game. Johnson goes in motion left.
On 1st and 10, here's Fields.
He's going to let it fly. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And it's scooped up by the Jets. And the return will stop right around the 25.
Well, that drive wasn't a case of wanting to put points on the board. It was needing to, having to, and they didn't get it done.
Yeah, didn't get it done, and now you look at the situation and the point differential, 2 scores. It's pretty much game, set, match.
How about the takeaway, though?
Murray fighting, lost the football. But I think a Jet was able to recover, and they'll keep possession thanks to a heads-up play. The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. Back to throw it. Murray.
Throw right side. Wilson.
Room here to run. There he goes, right side. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York.
Garrett Wilson, 70 yards. And the Jets have pretty well put it away here in the 4th quarter.
Boy, when Madden don't want you to win a game, you ain't gonna win a damn game, boy. This nigga is the luckiest nigga I've played against in a while. Kyler Murray got hit like 10, 15 times. Only fumbled like once. Meanwhile, and then as you just saw, even the time that he did fumble, like the nigga just recovered him like that. Like, I don't think I've ever seen a game more goofy than this before in a while. It's been a while since I've seen a game so wild because, god damn, Tyler was just taking hits. He wasn't even like making big runs. He was just getting hit for the short game nonstop, and I'm like,
they find some open field here.
Of course he is.
And he's going to be out of bounds inside the 25-yard line. 84 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here. A great run, but, you know, this is probably where the offensive coordinator is saying, geez, we could have used a couple of years earlier in the game.
He's probably telling the head coach, well, talk to the run game coordinator about
Madden's
that.
Madden is going to matter.
This going right from the beginning.
I didn't hurt myself by throwing bad passes,
At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense are just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they've blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete. This drive, which was going so smoothly, all of a a sudden, it's a little bit of a roadblock here with 2 straight incompletions.
Yeah, apparently this defense has had enough. Apparently they're saying no more. We're thinking to stand right here, right now. But it is 3rd and 10. They've got to get after him one more time.
Hey, Colin
got his man, and it's caught for a Chicago touchdown. Colin Johnson with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Bears have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th. And they're going to get the 2-point conversion, caught in the end zone, and that cuts the lead a bit further. Now, after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. Berrios now from his end zone. So that last touchdown sealed it their partner in the kickoff there at the end. Just a formality to knock the final seconds off and send everyone home.
Yeah, it's awfully nice when you're kicking off late, knowing that even if you give up a big return or a touchdown, it doesn't matter, right? You mentioned the word formality. Good job by them putting themselves in that situation where kicking off did not matter.
So for the Jets, their playoff chances take an uptick as they move to 7-4. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Minnesota Vikings. Meanwhile, for Chicago, it's a loss that could wind up costing them a first-round bye as they dip to 9-3. And they'll have a tough one at home next week against the Green Bay Packers.
Oh, this is my bad pass. Yeah, that was a bad pass. What the fuck happened this way? I don't know why he ran so far down. Like, who was that? McCourty took the worst angle in history, and then he was just gone from there. So at half, he was tired. Let's see. This is where it just ended up. Started going really bad for him too, I think. That is what it is. Yeah, this is when I start trying to catch up though. In my mind, that's not lobbing as much. I get why it is, but that's why I freeze that one, and yeah. Not really showing a lot of his run plays. But just for shits and giggles. So Kyler ran the ball 12 times and fumbled twice, but when you doing all that he's doing with spinning and moving and everything else, you got to stop still respect the ball more, because it's like Kyler's the quarterback up out of here, but it is what it is. And then my high damn receiver fumbles. His offensive lineman picked up a fumble for him. Goodness, Colin Johnson. Crazy.
You see, it's 2 type of people in life. It's people that wake up and wish they had it. It's people that wake up and go get it. We go get it, baby. Let's go. Photo pour so photogenic.
Did not get my breakout. Oh no, this wasn't a breakout. It just was whatever this was. That's all good. Next week I got strict bye week. I will be happy when I get some people back. Like, damn. Am I the most injured team in the fucking league right now? What the fuck is going on in Chicago? Nobody else has more than 2 people?
took it, I couldn't do it different. Couldn't afford to stop and go, I had to stay consistent. Made up my mind that no matter what, I gotta win. That's why it's always me and never them. One shot.
Took out my 2-down linebackers. I'll be glad when I get this cat back. Disrupt that defensive line a little bit more. Yep, 9-3 now. What is that? I think now I'm probably tied with. I think I had a 1-game advantage over like. Let's see. Yeah, 1-game advantage. Oof, this is tough. 8-3, 8-3, 7-3, 7-3.
My grind too tight. This head rhyme too nice. This my world, my life. One shot, who me? Take that, ooh-wee. One shot, movie. That's all you need. One shot.